Happy Saturday, friends, and welcome to day 17 of Vlogmas. I slept in really late today because yesterday was so busy, so I think I slept till 10. I'm desperate to have a cup of tea. Oh, that's interesting. It's called Margaret's Hope. I have no idea what that is. Let's look it up on my phone. Okay, so I found it. And it says, the Margaret's Hope estate is one of the oldest ones in Darjeeling and produces some of the most popular Darjeeling teas. This tea is picked in early June and has all the wonderful Darjeeling flavours. The tea bushes grow slowly due to the high altitude of the garden, and this plays a part in producing the tea's characteristic and highly prized taste. Interesting. It says the tasting notes. Classic rounded second flush Darjeeling with the notes of new mown grass with the classic fruitiness of Muscat grapes. Interesting. I'm not very familiar with the Darjeeling, so let's give that a try. Good morning, friends. Welcome to day 18. I can't believe we're on day 18 already of Vlogmas. Today's a green tea, so let's go and find out what it is. Let's see, 17, 18. Ooh, Midsummer Dream. I think I actually have had this one before, but I could be wrong. I'm still really looking forward to it. Anyway, let's go and make a cup of tea. Oh, hello, friends. So, today is the 18th, I believe. I am just out the shower, hence the semi-wet hair, because I quickly blow dried it, but I also just wanted to sit down and have a little chat with you all. So basically, I think the last video I put up was us at Christmas at Botanics, I think. And I realised when I was editing that video that I never got a chance to give you any of my kind of opinions, kind of what we thought of the event. Was it worth the money? What was our favourite installation? And then, so yesterday my plan was to sit down and film that kind of video, you know, sort of a review, our thoughts on Christmas at the Botanics. However, I was just so tired yesterday. I had a really good sleep. I think I slept like a good 9 to 10 hours because Friday was just so busy, and being the little introverted person that I am, was a lot of company, even though those are some of my favourite people ever. So I'm just gonna put my cup down. So basically on Saturday I was just slightly comatose. I just sat on the couch for most of the day. I watched one of my favourite movies of all time, well, I actually watched two. Maybe three now that I'm thinking about it. I watched a lot of movies yesterday. I started off at lunchtime watching It Could Happen to You. If you like rom-coms set in, I think it's the 90s, I think it's around about the 90s that film came out, then I think you might like this one. It's quite quirky, it's set in New York, it stars Nicolas Cage and I think Bridget Fonda, I think that's her name. And it's currently on Netflix in the UK, if you live in the UK. I don't know about the US, but I don't know what it is with that film. It's just has all the cozy, warm vibes for me. So yeah, I watched that movie, and then I ended up watching, I think I even watched Too Fast, Too Furious while I was having dinner, and a little bit of my other favourite film of all time, Last Holiday with Queen Latifah. I would say that's probably my favourite Christmas winter movie, if I had to pick. And to be fair, I watch it all year round. It's probably my top comfort film, other than like National Treasure or something. It's a real feel-good film to me. Anyway, I'm off on a tangent. Basically what I'm saying is that I have missed day 17 of Vlogmas, and I was really kind of bummed about it this morning because I've been on such a good streak. But I did say at the beginning that there would be probably some days, and to be fair, I thought there would be more days that I missed because of, you know, it's just a little bit too much to film and edit every day. So I missed day 17, but also just to let you know, you didn't miss out on anything. Ooh, I thought it was Mr. Squirrel, it's just a bird. Basically, I just watched movies all day, and while I was watching those movies, I edited 2 videos to sort of catch myself up with Vlogmas. And while I was editing those videos, I realised that I really need to sit down and have a little chat about Christmas at the Botanics with you, because I feel like I have lots of things I wanted to say because I didn't really check in towards the end of that video. I didn't really explain to you. We had a really funny moment that wasn't filmed. So basically Ashley drove. She lives outside of Edinburgh, so she brought her car and parked and then stayed overnight. So she was wondering, should she drive to the Botanics or should we walk to the Botanics, come back to my place and then leave from my place to go home? So we decided to take her car to the Botanics and park nearish. But wow, it was just such a cold night. There was this really cold north wind, and the place that she parked was maybe like, we thought maybe 20 minutes walk from the Botanics, but it was more like half an hour. So we were kind of worried about missing our slot to get in. We'd never been before, we didn't know how strict they would be, and also we booked into the East Gate entry. There's the East and the West Gate entry, and we were parked a lot near the West Gate entry, but we weren't sure, should we waste time sort of making a little detour to go and see if they would let us in that entrance, and in the end we went to the East one. But basically by the time we got in, we were very cold and also kind of tired from like speed walking to try and get there, so you missed that kind of in the video. But anyway, once we got in, oh, it was so good. To be honest, I was a little bit on the fence about Christmas at the Botanics. I was very much looking forward to it, but it is around about £25 once they add on like the kind of service or delivery charge, even though they're emailed. I think it's just an extra cost that they add on. So all of us were a bit like, I don't know, this better be quite good because it's not a very cheap event. But it was so well done. I think that it actually worked out well, because to me, going into the East entrance was probably the best entrance in my opinion, because you came straight in and had this wonderful view of all these gas torches lit. It was very impressive. I didn't expect them to actually have real fire. Just from a, you know, it's a botanic gardens, there's a lot of trees, also environmental reasons, I'm not really sure about all that, but from a purely aesthetic point of view, it was stunning. Amazing. And they have this little sort of gatehouse or something, which is also like a little cafe and toilets. So we entered in there, were amazed by the sort of lake or field of fire. It was so beautiful. We went through all the other sort of installations, which were all really wonderful. Our other favourite one, other than the fire, was, it was in their, I think it's their Chinese flower area of the Botanics. I think it's Chinese. I think it's like, is it Chinese Hilltop Garden? Something like that. And they had all these amazing red flowers above us, and the music they picked, obviously I couldn't include the music in the videos, copyright reasons I think, just to be careful. But basically every installation that you went to had different music, a different atmosphere, and when we went through the red flower trail, it was I think Ave Maria that was playing, and it was just so atmospheric, so beautiful. Yeah, we just kept being so wowed every sort of installation we walked through as we went through the trail, and then halfway around we went into the sort of the main building, and there's like a gift shop, and I think they had face painting for kids. And then when we went back out again, it was an amazing tunnel of lights where we got a really good photo, which a couple very kindly took for us, and we returned the favour. So yeah, it was so good. I just wanted to share my sort of views. So the pros would definitely be the installations. Just so much work had been put into them. You could just tell all the love that had been, and all the effort and the time that had been put into making the trail as entertaining, exciting and beautiful as possible. This is not an ad, by the way, as I mentioned, we paid. And what else? I think just a general atmosphere. We went on a Friday night, and obviously it'd be really lovely if you had the place to yourself. I don't know if it'd be quieter on a, you know, like midweek Monday, but there was a wonderful atmosphere of like kids running around having the best time. It was just so sweet, and yeah, overall just a magical experience in my opinion. I cannot wait to meet, basically there's me, Ashley and my other friend James. We're like a little crew. We've been on, not holiday, we've been on trips together. We're like the Three Musketeer vibes. So James was supposed to come with us, but unfortunately he had to work, so Ashley's sister came instead. And James has been on previous years, and I can't wait to meet up with him, God willing, on Wednesday for dinner with Ashley. Just to chat to him about what previous years looked like. Was it the same? Was it different? Because if it's different every year, I will 1000% be there next year, and I might even go if it's similar. Just because we did just enjoy it so much. I'm trying to think of the only cons I would say is, I guess just because you have paid a fair amount for the ticket, kind of as you're going through it, there's a lot of things you can buy as well. So I can imagine it'd be a very expensive outing if you were with children, because they would want marshmallows for, like, one marshmallow I think was it £1.80 or £1.50 for one marshmallow. And then you would move further around and it'd be more food stalls like hot chocolate and other food, and then you'd go through the gift shop. So I can see it being a very expensive outing. Especially in this sort of financial climate that we're in. That was our only sort of little bit of a downside, but we'd had pizza before we went, so we weren't even hungry. But yeah, it could be quite an expensive outing is the downside. What else? There was lots of toilets sort of dotted around the area, like every maybe 4 or 5 toilet stops as you went around the trail. It was one big circle. And another bonus is that I think you can just keep going round and round as many times as you want. No one's going to kick you out. So if you had got to the end of the trail and, you know, you wanted to go back and see something else, I think if it hadn't been so cold, I might have done that. I would have loved to have walked back through the red flower installation, but it would be heading in the wrong direction for me. I was kind of cold, and I walked home in the end because the buses weren't that frequent at that time of night, so I was very much ready to hoof it and walk really fast home. So yeah, that is my thoughts on Christmas at Botanics. Please do let me know if you have any questions in the comments about it as well. Just because I'm trying to think, if I was watching this video and was debating about going to the Botanics, or if I was living somewhere else in another part of the world, maybe there's something that struck you as unusual, or yeah, just let me know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we wanted to mention about it. Yeah, it was overall very, very, very positive experience. Back to day 18 of Vlogmas. This has been a very rambly little chat, but I just felt like I had so much to catch you up with because I didn't do any talking in that video. And so today's tea was, oh, what was it called again? It was a very, was it midsummer something? Hang on. Midsummer Dream. So let's just read a little bit about the Midsummer Dream. It's a blend of green and white teas with white petals and a wonderful fruity taste. Interesting. I didn't realise it was a white tea as well. So it said it's a wonderful fruity tea, silky smooth with notes of strawberry and sweet apple tart. Imagine a sunny midsummer afternoon spent picking strawberries. And that is a perfect way of describing that tea. It felt like drinking a cup of summer, which is perfect because today is pretty gloomy. It's not dreich, I would say. It's not raining, but it is pretty dull. And I do love a dull, cloudy day, a rainy mizzle, but I have to say it's not my favourite when it's like deep in winter because you have so little light anyway. You have light from probably about 9 in the morning till 3ish. So on days like this it probably will get dark around about 2 in the afternoon. So that's my only issue with moody days in winter. So I have my tea, I've had a shower, and now I think I'm going to have some lunch and then it'll be, I'm not really sure what to do. Maybe we'll go for a little, I keep saying this and then it never happens, we'll maybe go for a little walk en route to meeting Naomi. So I have to meet her at, gosh, I'm forgetting the time. Is it, did we say 4? I think we said 4 at Soderberg. And I just wonder if I could maybe leave around 2ish. What time is it now? It's 1 o'clock now, so maybe like 2:30. And maybe go for a little wreath watch or just a little casual wander before we meet Naomi. So that is the plan. And yeah, I'm gonna go have lunch and I will catch up with you very soon. Okay, so you know how I said that we'd go for a lovely little walk, maybe see some wreaths, some decorations. I underestimated kind of how heavy Naomi's present would be. Now it's not very heavy, but it's not comfortably heavy to be carrying around, taking photos and sort of taking a very leisurely walk. So I think what I'm going to do is, it's all wrapped up, it's ready. I'm going to pop in a tote bag and maybe head off a little bit earlier than I kind of need to, and maybe just bring a book with me and sit in Soderberg, just sort of relaxing for a little bit, maybe like half an hour before I'm to meet her. And then I think that sounds very cozy and a little bit of kind of me time, and yeah, it just sounds really nice actually to read in a cafe for a little bit. So that is the plan. It is, I think, just about 3 o'clock now. 10 to 3, so hoping to leave just around about the next 10 minutes or so. I need to get changed, obviously, and yeah, then we will head up to Soderberg, have maybe like a cinnamon bun and a pot of tea, something like that, and I need to remember to pack a book because I would be so sad if I went early to read and forgot a book. So yeah, I'm thinking it would be an Agatha book for sure. We'll see what I end up bringing. It's colder than I expected. This never crossed my mind for some reason, but there's actually no tables at the moment, so I'm just going to hang around for a few minutes and see kind of what's best to do. Okay, so I've just left my friend and I'm walking home, but I just have to show you there's so many lovely windows with Christmas trees in them across the street. I'm still on my way home, but we have to take a little detour along Claremont Crescent because I've just seen a very, very well decorated house.